Hey man, what is going on, people? You know what we doing, man. Y'all boys been missing a video, so everybody been telling me just do a reaction, and I'm finna do a reaction. But I'm gonna do a reaction to this small YouTuber here in Gameboyy world. Haven't really ever seen too many videos by him, but he popped up in my recommended, and I liked a couple of his videos, so I ended up on subbing and shit. But I just watched the movie last night, so I may as well react to this. So let's go, man. Let's go. And we got another video coming soon to another small YouTuber.
A good swordsman never makes the mistake of letting his guard down. Plus, I took a nap earlier. He's only one man!
Yeah, cool little intro, but should have been like a CTM song. But it's cool.
Do you know the FNAF lore? No, you don't. Oh, what's up, YouTube? It's Gameboyy back on another video. Listen,
Alright, what's up, Gameboyy?
I am a big FNAF person. All right, I'll say that now.
Look at this guy.
I've been a big FNAF fan since like 2014, 2015. I can't remember when it came out. Don't come at me. But listen, I watched the movie. To me personally, it was a good movie. I might actually do a separate video just because I want more videos of that. So I'm gonna have different videos for y'all on that. But anyways, I come with y'all with a video. This is Five Nights at Freddy movie breakdown. It's Easter eggs and movie.
My eyes too dry. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Now,
then I'm gonna have to hear this dude intro, so may well skip that too.
The game. Really mad about that. The games are scary as hell, but you don't see it.
This dude's still introing, bro.
Can't do until the third game. Steve also uses the same type of creepy phrases we hear in the first game.
I will catch you on the flip side. Hopefully.
Hey, you're doing great.
Yo, see, I was looking for the phone call in the movie.
VHS
This
tape
guy
with his name on it,
stinks,
and
by the
when
way.
he puts
Like,
it into
he's
the
not
TV, it's
even
revealed
talking.
to be an old security
What is
training
Buddy
video.
doing?
Now, in the background
Say
of the workshop
something.
portion,
Let's
there's
do a
Henry
count
Emily, who is the main
how long
engineer.
Oh, so that was sweet.
Freddy
Nice,
Fazbear's
dude.
background of the workshop.
Oh, that's him. Okay, I didn't realize that.
That's who?
Portion, there's Henry Emily, who is the main engineer and half owner of Freddy Fazbear's in the books. Later on, there's a glitch where Freddy's face fills the entire screen, which is the exact same glitch from the first game. As Mike starts checking out of the office, he gets jump scared.
I think. Let me see.
Which is the exact same glitch from the first.
Yeah, that's
game. As Mike starts checking out of the office, he gets jump scared by Balloon Boy. Now, Balloon Boy originally appeared in the second game where he would crawl through the vents, and if he made it into your office, he would just make the entire game that much harder. Mike falls asleep on the job, and this time in his dreams, 5 kids pop up, each
But I think that Buddy's brother is Balloon Boy. That's my theory. But hey, and that's... Bro, they're definitely making a second movie for sure because they left us on a cliffhanger.
Representing a different animatronic. The child with bunny ears represents Bonnie. The blonde child is Golden Freddy. The redhead is
Golden Freddy. No, it's regular Freddy, right?
And the kid with the top hat is regular Freddy, and the little girl is Chica. Now, before he can get to them, he trips. The kid represents Bonnie.
Golden Freddy? I didn't even see Buddy in the movie.
Child is Golden Freddy.
I was so confused when I'm low key slow, but I thought that was just regular Freddy.
I did
because
too.
In the lore, Golden Freddy can't move.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying. But
in the
he
lore
was
also,
beat up. He was
Golden
beat up.
Freddy is
so
it's a dude, not a dude, but it's a little girl, and Evan, the crying child, is 2 people in one. So I was so confused because I'm like, this person, like Golden Freddy can't move. It's it's just sitting there. So that's something crazy.
The hook hand, and the kid with the top hat is regular Freddy, and the little girl is Chica. Now, before he can get to them, he trips and wakes up just as his alarm hits 6 a.m., signaling that he made it safely through the night. just like in the game. They also keep showing clocks. Now this is a reference to the game's time-based nature. You only have to survive till 6 a.m., so showing us a clock that's at 4 lets us know that Mike only has to get through 2 more hours. After Mike heads home, we hard cut to Sparky's coffee shop. Now this is a reference to Sparky the dog, a hoax character created after the first game was released. Using a fake screenshot, the rumor spread that there was actually a 6th hidden animatronic, but the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's later said that this was a complete fabrication. Inside the coffee shop, we find Aunt Jan and Max, Abby's daughter, and guess who's their waiter? None other than YouTuber Matt Pat.
Some people say that, but you know.
So that's her daughter? No, she got her own daughter. Like crazy.
It's just a theory.
So it turns out that Aunt Jan paid Max and her brother Jeff to find evidence that Mike is neglecting Abby, but Jeff suggests that they go wreck Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place to make Mike look bad and to get him fired. Mike goes in for his second night at Freddy's and again falls asleep.
Also, when they did it, they didn't make no sense because they trashed the place after he left.
Exactly.
He's only there during the night, and the cop Vanessa, she was there with Michael that night too, so. It didn't make sense to do that.
But this
it's
time
because he didn't lock the door, Goofy. It's the fact that he was sleeping on the job and didn't pay attention, bro. That's why he got in trouble, regardless if you even watched the movie. Come on, man. These small YouTubers, am I right? Wait. Hold on.
He chases.
Wait a second. 197. Open me in.
She can't let me go.
Okay, yeah, these small YouTubers, bro. It's like, what's up?
The redhead who cuts him with a hook, startling him awake. And when he wakes up,
Foxy was on timing
until he resets the entire system, which is just like in the third game. Then Foxy flashes across the door. Now it's notable that Foxy is the first to attack because while Bonnie is the most active in the game, Foxy is specifically mentioned at the beginning of Night 2.
Check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time. It becomes more active and remain off for long periods of time.
Hey there, human. Why does Foxy look so much more beat up than the others?
Because he's been out of commission a lot longer. In the game, there is an out of order sign permanently by Pirates Cove, implying that he broke down before the pizzeria even went out of business. When Mike wakes up, there's also a brief "It's me" written on the mirror, which is one of the first game's most common visual hallucinations. An officer starts buzzing the front door, and when Mike answers, she points out that he's bleeding. The injury from...
I can't even lie, bro. Like, have I even beaten the Five Nights at Freddy's? I did a record when I was way younger, bro. That game was way too scary. Jump scares, you can miss me with it.
The nightmare made it into the real world. And anytime the real world and dream world start to meld together, I have to give a shout out to Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
Is God. Now, while she patches him up, she tells him that her name is Vanessa. Now, there is a Vanessa in the games, and she's also a security guard.
That's what I thought.
She ends up as one. She originally appears as a programmer in the Five Nights at Freddy's VR game, Help Wanted. Now, the lore of Help Wanted is that it's a game that Fazbear Entertainment put out to help restore its image.
We know that Fazbear Entertainment has developed something of a bad reputation over the last few decades.
And at some point in the development process, the original programmers realized there was something deeply wrong, and then they were kicked out and new developers were brought in.
The first development team had a lot of problems, made some sloppy mistakes, and was eventually pulled from the project.
Vanessa was part of the second wave of programmers, but she also realized something was off, that something trapped in the code was trying to get out. She left tapes for the player to find to warn them, but it was too late. She'd been corrupted by the code herself. She then reappears in Security Breach as a security guard who's still brainwashed and is now wearing an AI bunny.
Hey, that's Vanessa and Security Breach is the most creepy. Like, that shit will haunt me forever, bro. Just the bunny, the red eyes, that shit is literally insane to me, bro.
Named Vanny.
Hey, remember when you
Vanny, bro.
the doors if the animatronics got too close?
Yep, simpler times. She asks Mike if he's met them yet. Now, when he says no, she shows him their animatronic performance. The song they sing is super creepy and also way too on point. They literally say, close your eyes and go to sleep. We hear what you're dreaming about.
This party is all about the stab movies. Come on.
No.
It then cuts to the next day and the kids are staking out to rob the place.
Wait. Why would the night guard get in trouble for a robbery that happens during the day?
Exactly.
Because it would make it look like he forgot to lock up.
See?
Yep, Carl and Uncle Hank.
I told him.
Go in and look. Well, Carl is wearing a motorist shirt like the arcade game from the Pizzeria Simulator. And also, look, there's no animatronics on the stage. That is not a red flag at all. As Carl explores the kitchen, Mr. Cupcake attacks him, jumping toward his face exactly the way he does in the game.
By the way, first of all, why can the cupcake move? Why is it an animatronic in the first place? Like, is it supposed to, like, do things? Like, why would they even do that? And is it possessed too? And if so, how did a whole little kid or whatever get stuffed into this? An embryo or something? Just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Uncle Hank hears him screaming and hides in a supply closet, but Bonnie is behind him, a reference to how Bonnie was the only animatronic ever in the supply closet in the first game. Jeff sees the carnage through the glass of the supply closet.
They was on timing.
When he picks up the phone call for help, he hears laughing.
The only thing I missed or that was sad was that they had to, like, I don't know what the rating was, like PG-13 or something, because they couldn't put no gore in there. I was like, dang.
Which sounds a lot like Balloon Boy. Max investigates and sees a child and follows it to the back room.
She did, oh my gosh, bro. She did not deserve that.
He hides
just watch.
As she gets closer to investigate, a hand shoots out. Now, I don't think this is just a jump scare. It's actually a reference to an Easter egg that you could get in the third game where you could briefly see someone inside the animatronic. And then Max is lifted up and bit in half, a clear reference to the bite of 83 and 87. So that night, Max did not show up to babysit Abby.
She didn't deserve that. Like, she did not deserve to die like that, bro. She was just,
Bro, I had no sympathy for Shorty because she was literally playing the waiting game, like playing with my boy, trying to like just come up off that cash. You know what I'm saying? So she got what she deserved, man.
She was just she was associated with the wrong people, bro.
No, she was
the way,
the
like,
wrong people.
I thought that was a bite at 87, but bro, that was a huge ass bite. That bitch said. That's
at first I thought they just bit her head off.
So Mike is forced to take Abby with him. That night when he falls asleep, he has the same dream with the same 5 children, but this time he manages to get close enough to the blonde kid who's drawing with a stick that looks suspiciously like an endoskeleton. He says,
"What will you give us?"
And it's revealed that he's drawing a bunny who is definitely Spring Bunny.
Oh
Mike
my
wakes up
gosh, that's such
and it's revealed that he's drawing a bunny who is definitely
that's fucking creepy, bro. It creeps me out, bro.
Spring Bunny.
I need to
Mike
go
wakes
watch
up to Abby
Security
screaming,
Breach
but instead of the
then, or
animatronics killing her, they're playing with her.
Please stop tickling me. I said I was gonna die.
The next day, when he asks her if her imaginary friends are actually ghosts,
the little sister was pissing me off the whole movie. Like, bro, you real deal, like.
She says,
"Of course. How else could they make the robot move?"
We then cut back to Vanessa, who's in the pizzeria looking at the wall of pictures. As we zoom in on her, we hear laughing that slowly turns to screaming. Now, in the games, there's a lot of auditory hallucinations, and it's never clear what's actually there and what isn't. So I'm not sure if all these noises are just in her head or if she can actually hear them. So when Mike arrives with Abby, Vanessa is still there. And then there's a really weird and sweet and creepy montage of the animatronics helping Abby to build a giant fort. When Vanessa and Mike go to the back room to get
I wasn't mad at the fort thing.
Partially dismantled animatronic. Now, this animatronic doesn't look exactly like any we've seen in the games before, but she does look like an animatronic from the books named Ella. I could also see her being a take on Circus Baby, but I'm going to explain that later. As he gets closer, Vanessa says, Now she puts a broom near the center of the exoskeleton and the locker snaps down, breaking the broom in half.
They're spring locks. They tend to be pretty unstable.
So there's 2 main types of animatronics in the game. There's the full animatronics, which only function as robots, and then there's the spring lock suits. William Afton, the big bad in the game, designed these to function both as animatronics and as wearable suits, but they were discontinued after the bite of 83. But in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, they make a brief background appearance when the security guard says,
"Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one."
After Abby is hurt by Bonnie's guitar malfunction, Vanessa tells Mike to take Abby home and suddenly gets angry that he even brought her there.
"But if you ever bring Abby back here again, I will shoot you."
No, that was crazy.
I was like, what if you don't shot? Like, who you think telling to, Shorty? You would
Abby home with Aunt Jan and decides to return to the pizzeria himself to dream once more. This time, however, his dream is different. Instead of just watching his brother driven away, he sees his whole family having a nice picnic together and his brother is safe. The ghost kids come up to him and their leader says,
"That's why you're really here? To change what happened?
Now that's interesting because in the games, William Afton is obsessed with bringing back his middle child or changing the past. At the end of Five Nights at Freddy's 4, we hear him say, and it's speculated that all of the animatronics he made for Circus Baby's entertainment and rental were to reach that goal. Like I said, this Mike is not Afton's son, but there are a lot of parallels. So it's really cool that now it's Mike who wants to change the past. The Ghost Kids say they can give him the same happy dream every night if he gives them Abby. He reluctantly agrees, but immediately regrets it when he sees a flash of Abby's face. He tries to take it back, but it's too late, and then he wakes up in the animatronic saw trap.
They were finna off that man.
The mask is put on his head, and when he falls to the ground, he sees the remains of Max and her friends. Max herself is stuffed into the Mr. Hippo animatronic from the Mediocre Melodies, and look, we finally get a dog animatronic. Mike runs out of the building and barely manages to escape before Foxy gets him. And then we cut to Golden Freddy going to get Abby. Now, even though Mike took it back, it's too late. Abby is theirs now. They get into a cab with another cameo, YouTuber Corey
Kitchen.
The
GOAT.
Hey, buddy, still in my flow? Can I get it back, please?
He's not the GOAT. He's not my GOAT. Burlee's is my GOAT. But
whoa, Burleezy versus Corey is kinda crazy, man. Check the statistics. Hey, last time I checked, hey, who got the collab with Bruce Lee and is in the official FNAF movie? Oh, that what I thought. My bad.
The weirdo.
A true black king, man. That nigga's an inspiration.
When Mike wakes up with Vanessa, she explains that when 5 children disappeared from Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place in the 1980s, they searched the place top to bottom, but never found the bodies because the killer put their bodies in the one place no one thought to look. The spring lock suits. It was hinted at in the first game that the bodies were in the suits. There was this newspaper clipping that reads, police contacted when parents reportedly noticed what appeared to be blood and mucus around the eyes and mouths of the mascots. One parent likened them to reanimated carcasses. The previous security guard also mentions the stench the older suits have in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is probably because of the decomposing bodies.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, I know, right? And she knows all of this because William Afton is actually
the fucking plot twist.
Not only that, but he's actually the one who took Garrett.
Wait. If she knew, why didn't she go to the cops? Is she helping him?
Well, it's complicated. Kind of. She clearly is terrified of him.
He really messed you up, didn't he?
But I have another theory that has to do with Vanessa's namesake in the game. Now, at the beginning of Security Breach, Vanessa is brainwashed by... theory that has to do with Vanessa's namesake in the game. Now, at the beginning of Security Breach, Vanessa is brainwashed by Vanny, and that's why she spends so much time trying to kill Gregory. Since
so
Vanessa
who is Van? Whatever, I'll have to go play or watch that.
Says
he influences them somehow.
And
if he's there, I won't be any use to you, believe me.
It could be that she's been brainwashed and doesn't have full autonomy. Mike asks her to help save Abby, but she can't face her father. However, she tells him that shocking the animatronics will short-circuit their system, a lot like the shocker mechanic in Special Delivery that deactivates the animatronic. Abby gets to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place, and at first, everything seems normal until Chica tries to stuff Abby into a spring lock animatronic that we saw earlier. This is why I could see her being a new take on Circus Baby. Now, like I've said many times, the 3 Schmidt kids parallel the 3 Afton kids from the games. The youngest Afton, Elizabeth, died when Circus Baby unhinged at the waist and trapped her inside. So it would make the most sense for her parallel, Abby, to almost get stuffed into Circus Baby. And Abby is an anagram for baby, and Elizabeth's spirit lives on inside Circus Baby after she dies. Mike manages to save her just in time, but as they're running away, Mr. Cupcake grabs his ankle. Abby runs and hides behind the arcade games, which is a lot like the opening scene of the first novel, The Silver Eyes. Now, as Foxy pursues her, she runs to hide in the ball pit, and just before Foxy gets her, Vanessa emerges from the shadows and electrocutes him.
It's okay.
And then, the person we've all been waiting for.
Oh my,
boy, now that was crazy. When Buddy started hitting a I was like, no.
Notice how Spring Bonnie's eyes are the only animatronic eyes that are silver. In the game, all their eyes are silver, but when they adapted it to the movie, they made them red. But the scariest one of all gets to keep their original color. Vanessa confronts her father, escaping.
They did a great
just like Vanessa.
They did a great job on the suits. They did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
Vanny in the good ending of Security Breach. William pulls off his mask to confront her, revealing that Steve Cragland was actually William Afton the entire time. And then, just like he got his daughter Elizabeth killed in the games, he stabs her. Abby draws a picture to remind the ghost children what really happened, and once they do, they all surround William. Chica releases Mr. Cupcake, who latches onto William's suit and activates the spring trap. Now, this pretty much directly is lifted from Five Nights at Freddy's 4, and I have to say, it was so satisfying to see it on screen. As the spring locks slowly clamp down on his stomach, William puts his mask back on and says, "I always come back." Now, in the world of the movie, he's saying he'll come back as a ghost in a suit like them. But if you know the games, you know that William Afton never dies. He literally spends 30 years in a locked room hanging on by sheer will alone. The place starts coming down and Abby and Mike grab Vanessa. Now, I think this is probably a reference to the good ending of Security Breach, where Vanessa escapes the brainwashing. We cut to Abby a few weeks later, who's now doing a lot better in school and is now a lot more social. I think he meant Vanessa. Mike and Abby also go to the hospital to visit Vanessa, who is alive but in a coma.
So get better, and we'll be here when you wake up.
So I wonder if they'll use some below-board technology to bring her back, and she'll turn into the villain that we see in Security Breach. At dinner, Abby reveals that maiming William didn't actually free the ghost, and she says she's worried about them and asks if she can visit. Probably to avoid a fight, Mike says,
"You never know what can happen."
But man, is that an opening for a sequel if I have ever seen one.
Exactly.
Back at the pizzeria, the ghost children lock William, who is holding on for dear life, in a room. This also happens in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, so again, it's just great to see this come to life. And there's a mid-credit scene where we see Corey Kenshin in his cab once more. He says that he won't take anyone, and then guess who gets in anyway? Balloon Boys. I wonder if Mike is going to find him in the vents soon.
He's in the goddamn wall!
And at the very end of the credits, in a very distorted voice, we hear an animatronic spell out, "Come find me." So, do you think that voice at the end was William Afton? Let me know what you think.
I don't think so.
Oh, and by the way, I want to shout out the writer of this video, Brianna McLarty. She did a great job. If there's any Easter eggs that we missed, you can let us know in the comments below or at either of us on our socials, which are listed below. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe, smash that bell for alerts. For Street Crush, I'm Ryan Airy.
But, you know, that was cool.
W video. So I'm going to just say what I think on the movie.
Oh, man.
Like I said, I think it was a great movie. It was a good movie. It's not what I expected or kind of wanted, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they really could have did much anyways. You know what I'm saying? But one, I wish it was on my.
How many times is he gonna hit the mic, man? Back up.
Gosh, if it was the lore, like the actual lore of the Michael Afton.
I can hear you like rubbing your hands together, everything. Like back
Ethan
up,
Afton, or they call him Crying Child, and Elizabeth. Oh my.
Yeah, man. W video.
It's insane.
Sub to this small YouTuber, and also the nigga who made the video, I guess. But like, subscribe, and yeah, whatever. Another video coming soon. All right, someone press end recording.